Welcome to another Lab Notes, and this is where we're going to take a look at some of the latest 3D printing news that affects our home 3D printing labs and beyond. And these first couple of stories, well, they're going to sort of continue to put Bambu Lab in a bad light. So in case you don't remember, Bambu made numerous changes to software and firmware a while back, and they said it was to protect themselves and users from a lot of hacking and different things like that that was going on. Well, that didn't go over well with pretty much anybody in the 3D printing community. Well, just this past May 2026, the Software Freedom Conservancy, the SFC, well, they came out swinging at Bambu Lab. And just so you know, the SFC is basically a nonprofit legal watchdog group that helps open source and free software projects. Now, they said that Bambu had really crossed the line in their use of open source software, not just once, but twice. And well, the reason is if you use open source software, well, you're supposed to make your software open source as well. The first problem they had was with Bambu's use of a proprietary networking library that they tied into Bambu Studio. Now, that library was originally built on code from Prusa Slicer, and you may know that itself is open source, and it's also based on other open source slicers and so on. The second issue they had was the way Bambu kind of handled a Polish developer by the name of Paweł Jarczak. And yeah, I looked up how to pronounce that. He had created a Bambu slicer software fork that allowed users to send prints without going through Bambu Connect. This effectively restored access to your Bambu 3D printers that the company had recently locked down without going through other hoops. So according to SFC, Bambu reportedly contacted Jarczak directly. They demanded that he pull this fork down, and they even threatened legal action. This is what the claim is. Jarczak did take it off GitHub, but he did it under protest, and well, that really lit a fuse for a whole lot of backlash from the open source voices and others, saying that Bambu was effectively trying to shut down a legitimate slicer fork instead of just fixing the problem themselves. And well, on top of that, of course, a lot of people had already gotten the software and spread it around because, you know, it's the internet.
The internet?
All that being said, my personal opinion is kind of split on this. I truly think that every company has the right to do whatever they want with software and hardware that they make, as long as they follow the rules, like with open source licensing. And also, as consumers, we all have the right to speak up peacefully, and then if we're still unhappy, just spend our money elsewhere. Now, I know a lot of you probably have your thoughts on this. I'm just trying to give you the information that's out there. And there's plenty of online forums to discuss it all. But if you decide you want to comment here, please keep it nice and helpful. Thanks. All right, so the next thing that I wanted to talk about is something really interesting. It's a pretty cool story. It's about this guy. His name's Connor Gibson, and he is a Tennessee community college student, and he was volunteering with a nonprofit called Remote Area Medical in Tennessee, and he saw a problem he just couldn't ignore. A lot of patients were needing dentures, but on top of the process being super slow for them, well, the cost could run anywhere from a couple $100s to way more than, say, $6,000, and that's the numbers they were giving. So, well, that's when Connor did what so many of us seem to do in 3D printing. When something breaks and we need to fix it, we figure out how to do it, and then we 3D print it. And crazily enough, he really went deep into the traditional denture process, learned everything he could, and he built a faster system with 3D printing. All right. He used 3D printers on site. He made dentures in hours instead of weeks. And most importantly, I think, is they kept the cost down to, at most, even for the most expensive, a couple of $100s. One report said the lab has produced as many as 35 dentures in a single weekend, and that's a lot. The lab has been featured on CNN and 60 Minutes, so I personally think it's just great to see 3D printing out there getting some really great press instead of, you know, all those ghost projectile thingies. Ghosts! Anyway, that was a great story I wanted to share with you, and I thought it was pretty cool. Now, for a new segment, I thought I'd like to try and see what you think. Let me know, and I'm going to call this one Support Fails. I want you to check out this awesome print I found on MakerWorld. So yeah, Shrek I think is pretty cool, but I'm not sure he should be combined with Steve Harvey. And you know, of course, we need to check out the comments. Just wow. Like this very first comment by @CharlieYonkey, he said, "Cured my cancer." Now, I don't really know what to do with that, or any of the other, I mean, dozens of cured me comments. Y'all ain't right, that's all I can say. Anyway, @Uncle Lumbago said, "It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Thanks so much." So it was bad and you thanked him? What? @CatchEmAll said, "See nah, that thing never gonna be in my house." And I completely agree with that. But then @ThePrototype replied, "It's under your bed." Dude, that's not right. Nobody wants to think about that. Oh, and "it's" should have an apostrophe. But I think @TheLayerCo sums it up for everybody. He said, "What a horrible day to have eyes." I want you to remember that comment, because in looking at this, I also found another version of Shrek Harvey that you need to see. Ugh. Just why? I mean, literally, there is so much wrong with this. And why does it look wet? So anyway, when I first saw this, my first thought was maybe this should be in one of those videos where you stare at a car and, you know, then a zombie pops up and scares you, only it's Shrek Harvey. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed all of this, and I didn't turn you off 3D printing with that last thing there. So, hey, go out, print something awesome, and continue to learn, create, and amaze.